One of the more intriguing and delightful mechanisms that Louis Giraud came up with in the 30s was this one that appeared in the Daily Express Children's Annual number 5. This was from the early 30s, and it's this one. It's called a doggy greeting, and as you open it, the dog nods. His tail goes up and his head goes down. It's based on the box. The body of the dog is the box, which is in tutorial 14. But then the folds around the neck and the rump are what give the movement, and they are really cunning. So in this tutorial, that's what I'm going to explain. He obviously liked this mechanism because it appeared a couple more times in a couple of other of his books. So in this one, this is Bucano Stories number 3, and in this one, I have to be careful how I open this one or I break the mechanism. He used the same mechanism to give movement to this dancer's arms. So as you open and close the spread, the dancer moves his arms. It's the same mechanism, also built on a box. So if you look at it sideways on, then you see this is also a box. The body of the dancer is a box. It's got a parallel fold on the top that is his head, but the action on the arms is the same complex arrangement of folds that gives the whole bigger movement as you open and close the spread. I'll explain all that in a minute, but there's one more rather nice example. If I just put something to hold that open. This is Bucano Stories number 5. Again, it's from the 1930s. When we open it, it's got this rather magnificent conductor. The body's a bit clunky, but the movement of the arms is really great. You look at it from the side. Again, it's a box, and the action is generated by these folds, the way the arms are joined onto the top of the box. First of all, let me explain the box. This is from tutorial 14. This is the box. It gives you these two planes that are parallel with the base. It always has to have this pillar coming up the middle, which pushes up the center of the lid. That gives you a solid base. Normally, the box will also need an end on it. That is what locks the two sides into a solid, rigid shape. And you can see that in something like the Conductor model. There are ends on the box that are making it into a solid shape. In something like the doggy model, it's actually the dog's head itself that ties the two sides together and makes it rigid. There is no end on this box, but it's still a box shape with a central pillar pushing up the lid, pushing out the sides, giving you a stable, solid base to build these moving parts onto. So probably the most simple to explain is the Minuet. That's this one. The net, the plan for making this, this is how the piece looks. So this short piece, this is the top of the box. As it opens, the arm moves down. The end is stuck together. So this is the top of the box. This is a valley fold. This is a mountain fold. The creases are both at 45 degrees. And then this, where I've scribbled on it, that's where it glues, so that you can see this is glued together. As the box opens and closes, the arm moves up and down. This is probably the most simple of these 3 examples I'm showing you. So that's the Minuet. The next most simple is the Conductor. So here's the Conductor. This is the piece that would be his arm. So this is a valley fold. This is a mountain fold. This is also a mountain fold. This here is a valley fold. This is a mountain fold. This is a valley fold. When it's all put together, this is what it looks like. This is the top of the box. This is his arm that's going to swing around. So when the whole spread is closed, it's right back like that. And then as the spread opens, the top of the box opens and his arm moves right round. And again, maybe I didn't say this where I've scribbled, that's where it's glued together. So you look at this, you can see that's where it's glued together. So you just have another look at this. you can see, maybe if I hold it round this way, you can see the top of the box is a valley, then there's a mountain. The top of this is a mountain, but you've got this mountain valley in between, and that gives you that magnificent movement. So if I just explain with that using the box mechanism so you get an idea. I'll swivel it round so you can see how it is from the side. As it closes, the top of the box closes and the arm goes back. As the page opens, the top of the box opens, the top of this mechanism opens, and the arm comes down. So that's the conductor. And then the last one I want to show you is it's actually the earliest one from the Daily Express Children's Annuals. This is the dog. The dog has two mechanisms. There's the tail and the head, and they both move. As the spread opens, you see the dog's head starts off up, and as the spread opens, the dog's head drops all the way down. The tail does the opposite. When the spread is closed, the tail is down, and as the spread opens, the tail comes up. So now I'll explain that one. I've got two examples here. This is the tail section. This is the back, this is the tail. When it's closed, it's down. As the spread opens, the tail comes up. I can show it to you on here. This is it. This is the box. This is the tail. When the spread is closed, the tail is down. As the spread opens, the tail comes up. And the way the tail is made, this is a valley fold, and then this is a valley fold, this is a mountain fold, and then this is a valley fold. So these two pieces will come together and be glued. So here it is, you can see it's a valley fold, two valley folds, two mountain folds, and then the bottom of this is a valley fold with the two pieces stuck together. So that's the tail of the dog. And then this is the head of the dog. The head of the dog is a bit more complicated. As you open and close it, it starts up, and as you open it, the head comes down. I can put it on here. As the base is closed, the top of the box is closed. As the base opens, the top of the box opens, and the dog's head drops down. I did make one here. So here it is. I messed up the tail, so I cut that off, but you can see this is the box. You can see there's a central pillar that pushes up the lid. When it's closed, the dog's head is up. As it opens, the dog's head drops all the way down. And in fact, to get this shape, this is just a straight strip of card. This is the straight strip of card. But to get this particular shape, it's made with the two sides both bend in different ways. So when you look at the actual model, there's a hole in the top. The way the dog's head is shaped, the two sides aren't made from one strip. Or they are, but the two sides diverge. So they had to be cut in a different shape to give you that exact shape. So that is what I did here to give you even more of a droop. And so if I just explain that one, it's quite complex. This is the back of the dog, this short bit. And then you can see there's two valley folds. And then this short piece is a mountain fold. And then this long bit, that's the dog's head. That is a valley fold. And then you've got actually two mountain folds. So you go valley, mountain, mountain. All the angles are marked, so the 105 degrees, that's for this big angle here. The 80 degrees is this little one in there. The 65 degrees is this one in there. And then when you look at this, you can see here, it starts with a valley fold. So this first one is a valley fold. Then there's actually two mountain folds. This one and this one are two mountain folds. And then you've got the dog's head. And this piece here will be another valley fold, and that will glue together like this is glued together. So this, one of the earliest pop-up mechanisms from the very early 30s, and I think it's really one of the most fun. And the one other thing I'd like to add actually is when you look at this, you see these big ears. Well, the ears are coming off these little triangles on the yellow strip. This is where the ears are coming off here and here. What we've just seen are 3 different examples of a very early mechanism from the 1930s. I don't think you see it in any books these days, but it is really good fun. And so, although this is dog head and dog tail moving, the other 2 are arms. So I've called this tutorial Moving Arms Part 3.